Greetings, friends, viewers, players. I hope you're all ready for a magical evening filled with battles, conversations, journeys, conquests, and all of the above. My name is Envy Wild, and I will be your dungeon master on this journey through the world of Aries. We will be playing The Mark of Red Moon, a new campaign brought to you by me and these lovely people right here. We're going to start by introducing our lovely cast, starting with Pyronaynia.
Hi, I'm Pyronaynia, and I'm going to be playing Helixasar.
Hi, I'm Chantilly, and I'll be playing Anari Pascal.
Hi, I'm Panthera, the Farrowwood Witch, and I'll be playing Riley Ranwood.
Yay! So lovely to have you all here. Aside from just your name and who you're playing, tell us a little bit about yourself and where we can find you.
Well, I am a concept artist and illustrator, and you can find me on most social media platforms with Pyronaynia, especially my Twitter, YouTube.
I am amazing is what I am. I'm not a streamer or nothing like that, but you can find me on Instagram at Chantilly_Chateau.
And I am a Twitch streamer as well as YouTuber. If you like educational witchcraft content or would like a tarot reading, you can find me pretty much anywhere on any social media, either at Panthera, the Farrowwood Witch, or at Farrowwood Farm.
Fabulous. Definitely check them out. All of them are super talented at what they do. And a lot of what you see here is thanks to these wonderful people helping me get this together. So it was a group effort for sure. And as always, you can find me on all of my socials at EnvyWild. You can also do !socials, and you will see all of them there, as well as our Discord server, the Rose Room. But without further ado, let us get started. The world of Aries is wild and filled with magic. Sprawling across the globe are varied civilizations and cultures that are as colorful as the land itself. We find ourselves in the continent of Morhaime, one of the most varied places of all. In the kingdom of Erlanos, 3 people find themselves on very different journeys. But little do they know that they are a part of something much bigger than they would have ever thought. On her way home for the first time in 10 years, Riley Renwood, a red-headed, fiery huntress coming from Azeloft via boat, has arrived and docked on shore in her homeland. Filled with a mix of nostalgia and anxiety, she makes her way toward her hometown of Harkinsborough. On her way, she finds the forest that she spent many a night in. This forest was where she was reformed into this person who she is today. And at this point, I'm going to cut to you as you enter the forest and see not only the trees and the glade that has this kind of nostalgic feeling to it. It's almost as if you're stepping back into your old home. You remember where everything was, the stream down the way, the tree that you used to sit underneath and read books. Everything is as it was, and also completely changed. You find yourself under a familiar tree, one where you have buried a friend. In this moment of solitude and peace, what do you do?
Riley will kneel down at the base of the tree and just kind of like touch the ground. Just kind of like breathing in the wooded air, like that thick, like musky smell of the leaves and the hummus, and just kind of like connect with the earth.
Absolutely. You kneel down and you scoop up a bit of the fresh soil. It smells so much sweeter than that of Azeloft, which Azeloft is a continent that is quite varied as well in nature biomes. A lot of it is quite, humid and desertous as well. So the warmth, humidity of this forest is like a robe on the skin, just enveloping you in its warmth. It's about midday at this time. The sun is still kind of teetering through the branches of the tree. You find yourself hesitant to head out into civilization, as it's not typically where you find yourself, and you're nervous to see what has become of your family's farm. You approach the edge of the wood, and you see the trail leading towards home. Describe to me what you're feeling and what you would like to do.
Riley's definitely feeling very nervous. This is definitely a moment that she's been dreading for a long time. There at the same time though, there's that want for nostalgia, that want to reconnect to the place that she hasn't been for 10 plus years now. The place that she hasn't been to since she was a child. So, but she knows it's time. She knows it's time to make her way back and to kind of like let go of that chapter of herself a little bit. So, kind of begrudgingly, she'll recognize that trail and start counting her steps. She knows exactly how many it's going to take to get to the entrance to her family's farm.
The path, though somewhat different, is still the same cobblestones you remember, skipping with your family as a kid, racing down to the forest with your siblings. It is exactly as it was. Every now and again, you find yourself stopping in your tracks and having flashbacks to that loathsome night. As you approach the farm, you notice that it's a little bit different than the Silver Tree farm that you remember. It is owned by somebody else, and the large birch tree that was in the center of the farm has been chopped down and replaced with a windmill. At this site, you're overcome with all of the past flooding back to you. You thought you could do this, and in this moment, you're not so sure anymore. At the edge of the gate of this farm, do you find yourself going in?
She's definitely going to hesitate for a second. If there's like a signpost or something, she's going to steady herself on it. Is there any sort of like sign of who now owns the farm or what the farm has been renamed to?
Absolutely. It is now... One moment. Yes. It is now Oleata Farms. The sign says clearly. You see several chickens and cows and several rows of vegetables growing, a little trellis with other green leafy things growing as well. It's, about towards the end of summer right now. It's September. So lots of harvest is ready for the picking here, you see. In the distance, you can see kind of an older woman with her hair up in braids as she's kind of tilling the land. She doesn't see you just yet.
Can I see the main farmhouse from here?
You do. It is...
Is it the same
it
one
is...
that used to be there, or is it rebuilt?
So you can recognize with this farmhouse, where it used to be is now a barn. And there is a kind of a bigger kind of, not exactly a manor, but a bigger house over off in the distance on the other part of the property. That is the only remnant that remains familiar to you on this plot of land.
All right. She's not going to bother anybody here. She doesn't want to be a burden or anything. So she's going to just kind of like take in these changes, and it's so different that I'm sure it's not what she was expecting at all. I guess she was kind of in her brain, it was still untouched, kind of how she had last seen it.
Kind of frozen in time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because her brain just couldn't comprehend how it could have changed.
Absolutely.
But, so she's not going to bother anybody, but she will as she walks away further down the lane. If there's any like animals where their like pasture butts up to the path, she will like call them over, pet them, and just kind of like reminisce a little bit about her past farm life and
absolutely
her memories that she had there.
I'm gonna go ahead and say roll animal handling for me too. The first roll.
Okay, might have to remind me a little bit. So 17?
17, absolutely. So at first, the animals are a little bit hesitant to go towards you. This kind of strange figure who's kind of battle worn in the face, has like a little bit of leaves stuck in her hair from the woods still. But they easily and readily come over, and you begin to kind of pet a soft, fluffy cow on the nose. And you're kind of pacified, even though seeing all this has changed. Some things never do. And the kindness of these animals brings you back to a sweeter time.
Yeah, inside she's definitely happy too that like even though she's sad about the changes and like just that it's not her place anymore, there's a part of her that's definitely happy that somebody's taking care of this space and somebody's still doing what she loves here.
Absolutely. You make your way down the road towards town, and it is this moment that we cut to another wayfaring traveler, also arriving from boat from the continent of Wisterim, an icy, frozen tundra, also sporting beautiful black beaches, aurora borealis, and many other lovely natural beauties. Quite untamed. Not too many people know what is going on in Wisterim, as not too many people go there too often. But one person is coming from there. Helix Isar, a white dragonborn, a kind of doctor of sorts who goes from town to town. And in this town, she is arriving into Multieris, the port town of Erlanus, one of them. As she kind of makes her way through, she doesn't stay too long in this place as it's quite big and bustling, and at the moment, you are trying to stay low. So you make your way out of town quite hastily and stay at an inn, which is kind of at a roadside, typically stayed at by many traders and travelers alike, the Thorn Inn. You pay the woman at the bar and head to your room for the evening. It is upon waking up that you hear the inn alight with people. It is about 5 p.m., and many people are enjoying revelry, lots of traders dipping into their wares to drink some spiced wine and ale. And you make your way up to the hullabaloo. What would you like to do in this moment as you look across this kind of busy tavern?
I think that I'm sort of taking in the... It's very different. I'm trying to see how people talk to each other. I'm trying to learn the local customs. They're probably drinking things I'm not used to. And I don't know, I'm taking it in. Maybe I get a drink. I sort of set myself up so I can look.
Lovely. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
All right. That's a 7.
A 7? Okay. The culture and customs here are a little bit different from what you're used to. The drinks that you're drinking are a little bit different. You're used to kind of like anise infused and mint beverages that have kind of like a different kind of chilled kind of flavor to them. These are warm. They smell a lot stronger. You're kind of your sinuses are kind of flared at the smell. Your kind of a dragon's sinus is a little more sensitive than most. As you make your way around, the people also look strange. Hardy, a little stockier, burlier mostly as well too. Your long frame and your white scales definitely draw the attention of some of these people, not used to seeing dragonborn kin in this area. Behind the bar is a bar maiden who has her hair kind of down, half elven, blonde, and she's kind of polishing a mug. She seems a little hesitant by your presence, but she seems a kind woman.
Hello. I'd like a drink. What do you recommend?
Anything. We have ales, a spice mead. I don't know what would pique your taste, but are you looking for something alcoholic?
Yes, whatever is most popular.
Sure. How about spiced wine?
Sounds wonderful.
Okay. She kind of pulls out like a decanter that's crystalline and pours it into a very nice glass. Hands it to you. That'll just be 1 copper if that's all right.
Very well. I'll
Thank
slide
you.
the copper.
Enjoy. Sit anywhere you like, and if anybody gives you trouble, just let me know.
I appreciate it. But so far, I've had no problem.
Good. Enjoy your stay. She goes
Thank
back
you.
to her business.
Yeah, and I'll settle in somewhere so I can just kind of people watch.
Yeah. You take a sip of your wine. At first, you're kind of like, ugh. It's not exactly what you're used to, but you acclimate quite quickly. People continue to reverie as they start to get a little bit more rowdy, a little bit more drunk. When before you know it, a whole kind of like cacophony of worried remarks and coughs come from behind you. An older man at one of the tables appears to be choking on something. Perhaps a piece of stale bread, perhaps some of his stew. Everybody's looking around in their drunken state, worried, not knowing what to do.
I go over immediately.
Okay, as you approach him, he's the old man, kind of balding with white tufts of hair around his head, looks at you as his eyes go a little redder, begging for help.
It's Heimlich time. I don't know. I'm gonna try to intervene.
Okay, go ahead and roll a medicine check for me.
Okay, no problem. Hey, that's a 19 for me, dog.
19, very nice. So using your prior medical knowledge that you trained under, you immediately grab behind him and start pushing on his chest, performing the Heimlich maneuver. Exactly. He coughs up what he was choking on, but immediately you can tell something is still not right. While he has coughed up the item, his eyes begin to roll back. His face still red. And from your knowledge, and with that medicine check, you can tell that he is having a heart attack.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know. Do I know what to do?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I do heart attack intervention. I don't know.
Okay, sure. So
I'm not actually a doctor. I don't know what happens.
So go ahead and just make a medicine check for me and I'll help you describe what happens.
It might be over for this old man. All right. Ooh, it's not good. It's 7.
7? Okay. You look into your kind of very quickly your like doctor's notes or your alchemist notes of the reagents that you studied in the past, and you're kind of like trying to find some type of remedy when you realize that you could quickly try to get to the kind of arteries through pressure points that you've studied. So you take your hands and you begin to strike at the different pressure points, maybe a little bit more forcefully than you intended. As you kind of jab, you can see reactions out of him, and it does work. It does work. It definitely looks very suspicious to everybody else that you're just beating up this old man as you're punching different parts of him. He does stabilize and continues to breathe, but he is still like catatonic at the moment. He is out. Everybody is just staring at you at this moment. They're like,
he's fine. He's fine now. He was having a heart attack.
They start to kind of close in on you, around you, towards the door. You can feel the sense that you are not wanted here any longer. They already weren't trusting you, and now their fears have been confirmed.
Okay, I get my things. I pick my notes, my tinctures, my whatever the hells that I have, and I guess leave.
Before a word can be said by any of the crowd, you quickly make your escape. As you're leaving, the barmaiden kind of reaches out to kind of like stop you, but the words don't come out. You find yourself once again on the road towards anywhere that'll have you. And it is at this point that we go to our other adventurer. Hailing from the continent of Portees, shrouded in mystery, more so than Wisterim, one of the farthest places from the mainland. They're a more rigid people, definitely a little bit more, for a lack of a better word, xenophobic, set in their ways, and typically quite religious. Inari Pascal finds himself at the chapel of Resaloon, Resaloon being the goddess of twilight. He was brought here under the instruction of his mother. In his stay here, it has been about a year since he first arrived. He has caused quite a bit of trouble for the monks. Not so much intentionally, but he's just a little bit too much for them to handle. It is today the day that Inari will embark on a journey that he wasn't necessarily expecting at first. Coming back from his daily duties of collecting different herbs and plants from the garden that is present near the chapel. They are kind of secluded in a glade within the woods, very private, so they do everything themselves. They grow all of their food, everything is within the property. So as you're coming back, you see a couple of the monks kind of chatting to themselves and like making side-eyed looks at you, and you can tell something is not right.
I am playing the viol, just like not even looking where I'm going, just kind of walking lost in thought, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you're playing the viol as you walk, and it makes them chat even further. You see one of them kind of roll their eyes as the elder priest kind of hails you over with a gentle finger wag.
Okay, I come, but I'm still playing the viol.
Okay, my son, if you could please refrain from playing at this moment in time.
Oh, yeah, and then puts it away.
As you know, we are so honored to have the son of Kala with us. She truly was a remarkable woman. However, there are just certain expectations of priest life and around the chapel. Some of the other monks, he kind of gestures his hands over to them as they kind of like turn their face. Some of the other monks seem to be opposed to some of your different eccentricities, as it is. I'm sure you know what we infer. Eccentricities.
No.
It's,
what?
Oddities would be another word, or perhaps,
They think I'm odd.
I am so sorry. I just think, Inari, perhaps it is time for you to embark on this special mission, right? They kind of look and they go, yes, special
What type
mission.
of special mission?
Well, this mission only newer priests can go on, you see, because, well, you're young. You can brave the world and not be harmed like us old fuddy-duddies.
I can leave?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, you can.
I can go like, what, can I like be like a traveler and like go anywhere I want, or?
That's just the mission. So you already know it was meant for you. It was destiny by Resaloon herself. He kind of looks up as though he's about to be smited down for life. But we entrust you to spread the good word of Our Lady of Twilight to the world, spreading joy and invoking the power of wishes.
Sure. Do I have access to these stables?
Well, of course, you can take a horse, and whatever you need, we'll provide it. And I'm assuming you'll need a little bit of gold.
Sure. I mean, don't really know how it works, but sure.
That is just how it works. Right. Well, yes, Father Waynan will take you to your quarters and help you pack, and
Perfect.
we will see you off. Thank you for your understanding, Inari, and I truly wish you the best.
Perfect.
In Our Lady's beautiful twilight.
Pulls up his viol and just kind of starts playing again.
You see he kind of shrills at it. Father Waynan takes you to your room, helps you pack, and kind of reassures you that you're doing great work in the world. As you see several horses stabled. You see a white horse, a brown horse, like a chestnut. There's a black horse. He offers you the choice of the lot.
Black horse.
Yes.
Black beauty.
You take the black
Yes.
horse. Yeah, he saddles you up.
Mr. Mistopheles. Looks like you and I are going on an adventure.
You see the horse kind of whinny in response to you kind of patting its back and speaking to it. All of the monks have made their way outside. It is about like 8 a.m. at this point in time. This was the next day. And they all kind of say a prayer in your honor. And Father Mabel walks up to you and says, Inori, may Resaloon shine light upon your path, and we truly wish you the best. Should your mother ever arrive, we will let her know where you went, and we'll send letter right away. Trust and believe.
Perfect.
Well,
I'm sure when that day comes that the Resaloon's light will be on all of us, and we will probably be under the moon, and the sun will be to the right turn hemisphere.
yes, Brother Pascal, absolutely. You're really good at paying attention to the proverbs. You travel safe, and watch the path. You know, forest can be dangerous.
Of course, yeah. I can handle it, probably. We'll see.
All right. Fare thee well. They all kind of bow as you exit. As you leave the kind of secluded glade, you turn back to see all of them quickly going back inside and say farewell to your second home. The path out of this glade is through a dense part of the forest. You've explored some of it upon first arrival and through some of your training as a cleric. But as you go further and further and the path becomes unfamiliar, you're filled with a little bit of fear, but a lot of excitement for your new journey. Wherever this road may lead you, who knows? All that guides you are your dreams. And the dream that you had last night was a little different from the last. In this one, you saw a beautiful woman with flowing hair standing in a town square of sorts by a fountain. It is not familiar to you, and you keep seeing dreams just like this. You wonder, perhaps you're meant to go wherever this fountain is, wherever this town is that could perhaps shed light on what this all means. These dreams you've been having since you were a child, in fact, as well. You embark down the trail towards a local town. In the distance, you see a sign that says Harkinsboro, 5 miles away. And it is at this point I jump back to Riley. Riley, you have arrived in Harkinsboro. Now, the farm may not be as familiar as you remember, but the town very much so is. You look around and see the familiar fountain, the familiar faces, well, mostly. A lot of the people have changed in 10 years, but the spirit is all the same. Something about the air here causes people to be a little bit more practical, in touch with the world around them. They're not quite as focused on studies and book learning. They're all about what they can do with their hands, something you've always admired. Looking about the town square, you see several kind of traders selling their wares, a market, several street corners leading off into all types of places. So the town proper boasts lovely courtyards, the central town filled with cobblestone and lush greenery. Brick buildings line the corners of streets and alleys alike, each filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life. As you make your way into the market area, you look around for any familiar faces and only see one. That of the general market, owned by Meech. His last name is something. Meech Lancaster, a brunette halfling who your parents used to deal with when selling their wares. Occasionally, they would allow you to come to market with them as well. And in this moment, you are excited at seeing a familiar face, and you feel almost like a kid again. In this market district, what would you like to do?
I'll kind of browse the wares a little bit. I might grab like a bag of jerky.
Okay, yeah.
Some good like travel food, and then I'll approach Mr. What was his last name again?
Mr. Lancaster.
Mr. Lancaster with the produce to buy,
All
and
right.
just kind of like drop it down and be like, "Hello, Mr. Lancaster."
He's kind of like bent over, grabbing some things. Oh, how are you doing today? Oh, it's been a while since I've seen hair like that. Just got a flashback there for a moment.
Sir,
Yeah, you look awfully familiar, but sorry, ignore me. It's been a long day. But how could I help you today? Just this, the jerky?
yeah, and you wouldn't happen to know by chance where the Renwood family would be buried?
The Redwoods. Now that's a name I haven't heard in quite some time. Is
I'm
it-
sure I'm hard to recognize, but it's Riley.
It is you, Riley. You were
Yeah.
you were so small the last time I saw you. Wow,
Yep, small and soft.
life has changed you a bit, eh? You look a little banged up there. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just doing my job.
Well, to be honest, Riley, we all thought you dead.
I know, sir. So, I'm sure y'all found the rest of my family at some
No,
point or another.
actually, we didn't. We assumed you all to be dead. I'm sorry about the words that I'm saying, but it was a very intense situation. The traders came to the farm and it was covered in blood, and you were nowhere to be found. Nobody was, and
So they didn't find any bodies.
I'm so sorry. No.
All right. Do you know the name of the people who own that farm now?
Yes, I believe. Hold on, I have it written down somewhere. He kind of peeks around to look at his kind of like Rolodex of different traders to work with. That would be Olietta Mason, I believe. Yes, nice lady. She's a little older. She bought the farm, I think, 5 years ago or so, and
It was empty before then?
it was kind of a ghost town down there. The guard
Sure.
went down to clean it up just because it was quite not well presented, for lack of a better word. But yeah, she bought it about 5 years ago, and that's pretty much it. The only other farm nearby is what's it called? He goes back to his little Rolodex. Hold on. Sprite Blossom Ranch is the only other place nearby. Perhaps you might actually know the owner.
Oh, yeah?
Do you remember Henry? Henry Maidan? I believe I saw you. You used to play with each other when you were kids.
Yeah, he was one of them little ruffians I used to run around with.
Yeah. Perhaps you should pay him a visit. I think
Maybe I shall.
he'd like that. But
Do you know, by chance, is the captain of the guard still the same, Sir What's-His-Face?
oh no, the former Sir Watson did pass not too long ago.
You said
Yes.
Mr. Watson passed away pretty soon, too? Pretty recently?
It was probably about 2 years ago.
Okay.
He just, got old,
Yeah.
as
he
men
was an old
do.
man.
It is Officer Reeve now. He runs a pretty tight ship. Pretty tight ship
Thank you
here.
very much.
Yes.
And anything else I should know about? I haven't been in town in a while. Any big happenings that I've missed out on, or any news in the past 10 years I should be aware
Well,
of?
we do have a new marquis put in place by, the Duke. He's a bit of a fanciful lad. He mostly keeps to himself, but that's pretty much it. Life has been pretty normal. Business has been harder, of course, but we
So
do
there
what we
was no
can.
nothing else happened to anybody else except my family. There was no repeats of that.
No, we don't even know what happened to your family. To be honest, I'm so sorry, my dear.
Honestly, probably don't want to know.
I understand. I apologize, but it's really good to see you again, and I hope
Seeing you too,
you're here
sir.
to stay, if at all. Would love to see
Maybe
you
a
again.
couple days. I'll probably check out the work board and see if y'all got any bounties or anything around here.
Oh, we
before I
absolutely
get
do.
rolling again.
You
All right.
you know the
then
area
if you have
best.
any work, yeah, feel free to reach out.
Absolutely. Well, here's your jerky and discount. It's on the house
Thank
today.
you kindly.
Yes. Well, have a
All
lovely
right.
day.
Riley will, I guess, like start meandering around town, just kind of like taking in the sights. Definitely wants to hit the guard quarters, I guess, at some point
Yeah.
in her stay here. So she'll
Absolutely.
probably hit like the town board or wherever they keep like jobs that need done. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, eventually wants to go talk to Mr. Reeves.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely see the
Captain
guards
Reeves.
barracks. Yes, Captain Reeves. You see the guard barracks as well. There is kind of like a bounty board outside. There's several different smaller bounties. One says that a group of bandits has set up hold in one of the like nearby forts. There's a lot of different things that you could potentially like dig your teeth into. And yeah,
I'll even grab like a copy of a couple of them as I'm just walking by. I don't even read half of them. I'm just snagging them off the board.
okay, awesome. Yeah.
Put them in my bag.
You grab several of them, and as you approach kind of like the guard barracks itself, or like the sheriff's office for another term, you see two guards kind of standing outside that kind of put their hand up. Oh, excuse me, do you have business here?
Hi, yes, I'd like to talk to Captain Reeves.
Captain Reeves, do you have an appointment with him?
I don't. I just got into town, but I was pretty close with the old captain of the guard, Mr. Watson. I just kind of want to, pay my respects, introduce myself. I've been around here quite a bit.
Sure. I've never seen your face, but you seem an adventuring sort, and we're always in need for that. Well, go right on in, madam.
Thank you.
You enter the guard barracks. Immediately, you see several different guards kind of standing on the sides. The ones inside are kind of at rest at the moment. They're just kind of like relaxing. A door down the hall you can see is open, and inside is a desk where you can see what you assume to be the captain.
I'll just do like the one knock on the door, like as I push it open and walk through.
Come in. And who
Hi,
might you
sir.
be?
Captain Reeves, I believe.
That indeed. Who might you be?
Hi, I'm Riley Renwood. I used to live here in the town. My family lived at Silvertree Farms.
Silver. Rinwood, you say?
Yeah.
I heard of the tragedy. From what I heard, all of you were lost.
Yeah, I was lost for quite a while. But I'm back now. And I just wondering if there might have been any records from Captain Watson back when he might have done the initial investigation, kind of just see what they found and everything. You see, I ran away from the incident and I was pretty young at the time, and this is my first time being back in the area since. Just kind of want to see what came of things,
Sure. Well, I understand the need in one for that. Typically, our records are private, but I'm willing to look, perhaps, for it.
Anything you can tell me.
I really
Totally understand.
my hands are a little tied at the moment. We're quite busy with the area. There's a lot going on outside, and the new Marquis just keeps giving us more work to do day by day. So I can't guarantee it would be soon, but sure. I don't see why not.
All right, and I'll take out all those posters that I grabbed off the board, and I'll kind of like lay them out on the desk. Which one of these off your plate would be the best for expediting this a bit?
He's like, well, this one is the most troubling. He points at the bandit one. This is quite troubling, as if they grow in large enough in numbers, they could perhaps siege the town.
That many of them,
Yes. Do you think you could...
Anything you can tell me about them?
Well, not really. Apparently, the bandits set up in this old Fort Herman, or something of that nature. It's an old fort from back in the warring days, like a century ago. Surprised it's still up, but the stone here is strong, eh? But the bandits there are ruthless. They have raided a few local towns, some of the farms as well. So I would probably start there, speaking to the ranches and the farms nearby.
Absolutely, sir. I'll do my best, and I'll scoop them back up off the table, tuck them away, and walk out.
Thank you, Miss Brynwood. All right. He goes back to his business.
I just kind of give like the back wave as I don't even turn around.
Hell yeah, badass. Okay, yeah. You you walk outside back into the town. For a moment, as you exit the door, you see several children playing and have flashbacks to your youth. Coming into town was always such a joy. You and your siblings would fight over who got to come. You remember your father's bright copper red hair as he'd walk from the different merchants. And then you snap immediately back to reality and head on your way out of town.
On my way out, I'll just kind of like grab some of the flowers that are like growing on the side of the road.
Yeah.
We used to like grab bouquets of them to take back to our mom on the way back to the farm. So I'll just grab like a cluster of them, and then when I'm out of town, I'll just pick like a cool looking tree and just lay them at the base of it and keep walking.
I love that. All right. And it's at this moment we head back to Helix Isar. On her trail, she finds a crossroads. The signs say 5 miles to Harkinsborough, 15 miles to Hubris. The lesser of the two is definitely the 5 miles, and you're quite weary from your travel. You head towards Harkinsborough, and upon arrival, it is about 6 p.m. Sun is definitely at its low point. It's beginning to set, as a lot of the people are still enjoying themselves in the middle of town, although the alleyways in this town seem a little bit shadier than the last town. It's a little bit of a... Your guard is definitely up here. The marketplace is bisected by several stalls. You see an inn, you see an armory, you see fruit stands, all types of things. You definitely can tell that this is a hunting town, as several of these stands are offering meat of different assortments and furs and leathers. Amongst this kind of cavalry, what would you like to do as you stand in the center of town?
I think that, well, maybe I will go to the fur stall. We'll just see what they have. See if it's as good as, the things that we have in Wisterim to keep ourselves warm against the cold. Just to see what they have to offer.
Absolutely. The warm setting sun kind of glimmers off of your white scales as the children kind of like stare at you mouth agape. The adults try to like kind of shoo them along to keep them at bay. As you approach the fur stall, you see a tradesman who's just kind of standing there, his hair in a braid, kind of longer. You can see he has an eye patch on one side. Aye, what could I get you?
Hello, I just wanted to look at your selection.
I've got a little bit of everything. I'm assuming you don't want scale, leather, but I have many furs.
I was interested in fur.
Well, I have bear hide, wolf pelt, anything you could like. I imagine you'd want something denser, hence your cold-blooded nature.
Perhaps. I'll take a look at the wolf pelt. I'll take a little gander.
Yeah. You look at them, they're, sizable, heavy. They could make a really nice coat. And as summer's kind of ending and going into fall, you know that it can get pretty cold, but it's nothing that you're not used to.
Yeah.
Anything you like.
How much is this wolf pelt?
1 silver.
What? How much money do I have?
You open your coin purse and kind of rifle through.
Okay. Hey, I got 10 gold. All right.
Hey. Okay. You'll want to do the math.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You hand him the money. Thank you. You see he kind of looks surprised that you bought something. And he hands you he wraps up the wolf pelt and kind of ties it with a rope. Here you go.
Yeah, after the microaggressions. Thank you. And I will take the pelt and try to find some way to fashion it over my shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely do. You kind of like throw the pelt over your shoulder, kind of like a blanket. The wolf's pelt isn't super wide, but it's fairly long, so it goes around your arms, but it probably stops about mid back. So you definitely feel a little toastier as the sun fades down into the moon rising. You can see some of the stalls are beginning to close, and as they do, you can see some people kind of heading off down an alleyway. A lot of the vendors, some regular people just kind of heading off down the same alleyway, which you kind of find a little peculiar. But also available to use the inn. Some stores are still open, and a lot of things to explore.
Yeah, because I'm still sort of trying to get a gauge for the local customs and culture. I'll tag along and just kind of see where everybody's going.
Yeah. You head down an alleyway. At times, it's a little frightening because it's quite dark at this point. But you can still see in the distance a couple people, and it kind of opens into a clearing. This is like an expanded alleyway of sorts. Inside, you see kind of like a little bit of a fence that is circular, and inside there's another fence, imagine a circle within a circle. And you see several chickens lined up in this cage situation, this little fenced-in area. In the center of the inner circle stands a man who's brunette. He speaks with, a little bit of an accent to you. He kind of talks out to the crowd. Place your bets, everybody. Who do you think is gonna win this night? You see what you presume to be some sort of gambling ring. People place bets, hand them off to the man, and you see several chickens. They open up the gate and kind of give them a little smack as they run around this circle back and forth. It's him! Lightning has won! The white chicken has won this round. Everybody cheers. Some people are not happy. Amongst the crowd, you see some people are actually guards. You see people in guard uniforms here too, which is a little strange, but as you're acclimating to the culture, you think maybe it's the norm. Upon this sight, what would you like to do?
State-approved chicken racing. I will turn to somebody who has placed a bet, obviously. Well, maybe somebody who's excited to have won. And sure. I will approach them and be like, how do you choose fastest chicken?
As you're saying that, he's like, yeah, Lightning, that's my boy, yeah, let's go. What?
Hello?
Oh, big bloody bastard you are. What you need?
I wanted to know how you choose. How you
Give him the money and
chicken will
say.
be faster.
Oh, it's all instinct, love. It's all instinct.
Instinct?
But you didn't hear from me, but Lightning's the best. I'll raise to myself. From an egg, no less. That's where chickens come from.
Well, how do I bet? I will also bet on Lightning.
What are you talking to me for? Talk to him. Talk to Meech in the middle there.
Okay. I'll go over.
Last chance for bets. Last chance.
I would like to bet.
All right. Who would you like to bet on? Lightning, we have Mystery, the Green Shade, and Diablo.
Well, I have on good authority that Lightning is the fastest, so I will...
Oh, did you hear that, folks? She thinks Lightning's the fastest. What do you think of that? The crowd, you hear mixed reaction as everybody's like, oh, yeah, looking at you. Well, you hear that? Would you still like to vote for Lightning?
Yes, I'm placing my bet on Lightning.
All right. How much you'd like to bet, sweetie?
What do people normally bet?
Well, I'd say 5 gold, probably.
Can I tell if he's telling the truth?
You can roll insight.
Seems a bit steep to me, but I don't know the culture.
I just want to say all these chickens have the most badass names ever.
Yes, they
are. Diablo, the chicken.
Diablo.
What was it? Green Shade? Oh my god. Mystery. Is it spelled Mr. dot and then E?
No, that's good, but no, it's actually MYSTRE.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways,
All right, I rolled a 9.
a 9. You think it a bit strange, and that's a bit steep. So to kind of counteract this, you give him 4 gold.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking, I was like, I don't go too much lower. I'm like, I feel like this is the culture. You just bet a lot of money on chicken racing.
Are you saying that out loud?
I mean, I'm muttering it as I like pull out my coin purse. Like, I guess.
Thank you, lass. Perhaps you'll win. Lightning just won the last round, but who knows? Maybe she'll win again in the next race. You kind of back up as they close the gate, and the chickens are mounted up to where they were before. They all have different kind of like leather masks on them that kind of cover their face in different colors. Lightning has a blue, Mystery has purple, Green Shade has green, Diablo has red, of course. And so it's 3, 2, 1. They open up the gates, give him a little smack on the ass, and they start racing. You see some people on the sides kind of egging their chicken on, like, come on, Diablo, I've bet everything on you, please. My wife won't take another disappointment.
Lightning, run.
Go ahead and make animal handling check, please.
Okay. Well, this is gonna be it. All right, hold on. Let's go, Lightning. That would be a 7 for me.
Okay.
I've rolled quite a few 7s today.
Go ahead and give 7's a good number. Give me a good, impressive sounding encouragement to a racing chicken named Lightning.
Yes, and I'm gonna give you 7 energy. So
Okay, good.
Go! Chicken, run. You can do it.
I love it. So as you do that, your voice is a little bit stronger and more powerful and presence than the others. As we all know, dragons.
My dragon face hovering over the fence.
The chickens all kind of like chickens, very anxious animals. They begin to kind of freak out and kind of divvy away from their original course. Lightning starts to kind of like, in a panic, just squat down as if she's nestling on an egg. This takes a couple of seconds off of her time before she starts running again, and it's at that moment that you hear, and it's Diablo coming in for the win! You hear the guy who is cheering out, yes! Oh God, yes! My wife won't leave me! And it's at this point that Meech says, sorry to all who lost, but you're always welcome to try again.
Stupid. Sitting in the middle of a race. Ugh. And I don't know. I think I've spent too much money. I'm not betting again.
Okay.
And
all right. You kind of.
I'll return to the lightning man and just kind of hang out with him for a while.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't know what he was thinking, my baby. What's going wrong? Lightning. Oh.
You raised that chicken from an egg. Did you also teach her to sit during a race?
Oh, chicken sit. I can't stop her. I've tried. The last chicken, I took the legs off him, couldn't move it, so all it did was sit. The other chicken, I cut its ass off, it wouldn't sit. I don't know.
I feel like your methods are violent, and that's part of the problem.
You think so?
Yes. Maybe try positive reinforcement.
What's that?
It's when you reward them for doing good and not punish them for doing bad. So when she runs, you reward, and maybe she won't sit.
No, that sounds silly, doesn't it? What's that bloody chicken, isn't it?
Well,
you're all right. Scales and all.
thank you.
He hands you like a little snack of something. You don't know what it is. It is like a little crusting of some sort wrapped in a some type of sheet paper. As you bite into it, the familiar flavors of meat fill your mouth.
Okay.
It is definitely beef and spiced. Oh, hungry you are, eh? Enjoy some meat pie. Very, very famous. We're known for them.
I'm learning more and more about this place with every passing minute. Although I did have a question for you.
Yeah, what's that? Hurry, the
Do the
race about to
guards-
start.
All right. Do the guards often watch the chicken races?
Quiet. Yeah, they do. But it's kind of a don't ask, don't tell thing, you know?
I see.
Yeah.
So this is illegal.
Well, I wouldn't use that big word, would I? Kind of looks around to make sure nobody's listening. What are you trying to do? Yes, it's illegal.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I didn't know.
Well, that's okay then. Yeah, it's illegal.
Well then. All right. Thank you for the information. And like I said,
God,
I've
no.
learned quite a lot from you.
It's at this point that another race begins, and he's immediately like, "All right, Lightning, this is your chance." He's right back into it. Yeah, you at this point finish your meat pie and are just enjoying the crowd.
No, I think I'm trying to
you're gonna
back out of this one.
Okay, you
I
slow.
think I've had enough of the chicken races.
Okay, you slowly kind of shimmy on out of there. As you make your way back out into the alleyway, the moonlight begins to reflect in the center fountain as you are back in the town square. It's at this point that I'm going to cut to Inari. Inari Pascal, your long journey has finally paid off. You have made it to a city. This is the first time you have been out in public since you first arrived here in Erlenos.
Yeah, I told you we'd make it, Mr. Mistopheles.
The horse just kind of stares off into the distance. Your best friend. And he carries you safely into the town. You kind of perch him at the stables, and you're still, because you were sequestered at the chapel, you're still not entirely used to the customs of this place. They're very different from Portesian society. Everything's pretty much different, really, down to the way they dress. So as you're looking around, you're kind of like confused, but you kind of make your way into town. The familiar sights I've been describing of markets and whatnot fill the streets. It's about 5 p.m.-ish at this time. As you enter, you see a smattering of people of all different kinds. One that really stands out is a bright red-haired woman kind of making her way outside of town. You look around and see a store that is emitting the sweet smell of pies. You also see kind of like a trading post with different people coming in and out, and inside you see several desks and tables of people counting numbers. Some sort of trading post, you assume. What would you like to do at this time?
First, in the immediate vicinity, do I see a fountain?
Yes, you do. The one from your dreams.
Okay, I'll look over and see that fountain. And then I will look back. What's a bite to eat, before, whatever happens and dreams living too. So he's gonna go walk over to the food place.
Absolutely. You see several people kind of like eating and enjoying their day. As you walk in your regalia and your kind of like clerical armor, people are kind of like, oh.
He also has cat eyes.
Very good to know. Your cat eyes peer around the room at the different patrons. They really don't pay you too much mind, though. As you walk inside, they are very focused on what they're doing and kind of just don't give a shit. The woman behind the bar. Let me get you that information.
Do I see Inari as I'm walking out of town?
Yeah, as you're walking out of town,
Cleric regalia would probably catch my eye. At the
you
least.
see the glint of regalia of a rather fanciful-looking man approaching into town.
I'll just kind of keep my eye as I continue walking, but definitely caught my attention. And I'm definitely like, this is abnormal.
Your keeper's off of me.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, in the potted pie shop, you go to the counter. The woman there, she has her hair up in like a top bun, which is very frazzled. She's got kind of mousy brown hair, a little older. She's like a stout dwarven woman, and she is like, "How could I help you today?" She says in a sigh.
Yes, messy woman. What do you sell here? Do you like to eat stuff, or
Go
I
ahead and
smell
make
something amazing from outside?
Hold on, messy woman. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me a charisma saving throw. Or a charisma check, sorry.
Saving throw?
Sorry. A check.
Is she casting something?
Yeah, exactly.
Charisma check, please. Just to see if she caught what you just called her.
Okay. Oh, jeez, they
That's
asked so many
disappointing
things.
glare.
I rolled an 11.
All right, yes.
Hold on,
All
miss.
right, messy woman, what do you sell here? It smells amazing from outside.
Oh, well, hon, I'll tell you what we sell. We sell a little bit of everything we do, and well, hold on, I have a little meat pie here. This one's still warm. I've got beef, I've got chicken, I've got all the things you could think of, dearie.
Do you have any like a sweet meat, like something like that?
You want sugar in your meat, dear?
Do you not do that here? Yeah. Do you have like extra sugar cane and you just take it and you just kind of sprinkle it out? Or you could take like a sugar cane like juice and then you could like make it like a glaze kind of.
Are you playing a prank on me, dear?
No.
You ruffians! Enough of your silly games. What do you want?
Sweet meat.
Her smile drops. I don't have no sweet meat, dear. How about a chicken? Real good. Warms the cockles of the soul.
Sure, I'll just take that thing.
That'll be 1 silver, dear.
No problem. The silver one. He kind of fumbles through it. Eventually finds a silver and hands it.
Enjoy, dear. Enjoy.
Thank you. Is there anything crazy going around the bar right now? Or am I is this like a tavern situation? Is this just a restaurant?
It's like a restaurant, but you can make a perception check.
Cool. It's going to be a 26.
26, nice. You look around and you see several people with your piercing cat eyes. You kind of eavesdrop by reading their lips. Most of these people are having like a business lunch. Some people are kind of like, you see 2 people on a date. The awkwardness you can see from a mile away. It's a varied crowd. Nothing too crazy going on in here though, aside from the eating of meats.
Okay, Nari, what is your play here? Should I get the cards? No, not the cards, not this time. I am going to finish my food. And then I will go and leave l'établissement.
Okay.
And I will go to the fountain.
All right.
This is it. Something must happen here.
Okay, awesome. You exit out and you stand at the fountain exactly where you saw it in your dream. You kind of look around, waiting for something to happen, and nothing. This magical moment you assumed would happen when you got here didn't happen. Perhaps you're doing it wrong. Maybe you're to wear the dress that the lady was wearing. All these thoughts race through your head.
I'm muttering on everything that I'm thinking out loud, just like below my breath.
Okay, you see several people kind of like...
Maybe the dress, if I put my hair kind of this way. No.
Yeah.
How long would I sat there?
By the time you...
I don't sit there, yeah.
By the time you're done, it is already nightfall. you have been sitting there for a while, pondering, perplexed, and it isn't until most of the people have cleared out that you see a white dragoness exit an alleyway and head over towards the inn.
Where's he going?
Towards the inn. Several people are scattered around. This is just one of the people in the crowds. Being from
Okay.
Portees, you're used to beast races, as Portees is a home place of the Leonin. So nothing out of the ordinary for you, but interesting to see someone covered in scales. You think you might look quite fashionable in those. Yes, as you ponder around, a few stalls are still open. A hullabaloo is happening in the alleyway, and yeah, a lot of the town remains to be explored and discovered. You remember what the monk said, to spread the blessings of Resaloon to the people. You worry for a moment, maybe you're slacking on your job.
And Ari's gonna kind of do that. It's just be like, suppose while I'm here, the monk's job is never... No, whatever. He's gonna go to the opposite thing that he didn't go to. What was it, the trader?
Oh yeah, there was a trading spot.
Yeah, he's gonna go into the trading thing.
I'm so excited to actually like meet you guys.
I know, right? To actually like play,
It's-
yeah.
Everything to not just
Yes.
run towards you and be like,
And I was gonna be like, maybe you're muttering to yourself, and I could be like, "What are you doing?"
I
didn't
know.
if it was the
I'm
time.
sorry, not
Okay.
yet. Anyways, back on track. Yes, you walk over to the trading spot. You see outside a sign in fanciful font saying B&L Trading Company. Inside, you see like what seems like some type of secretary working at a desk, and several kind of display goods are there. You see kind of little miniatures of what they deal business in. As you walk inside, you're greeted by the smell of old wood, and you look over the little miniatures as they're kind of cute little tchotchkes. You see like spices and furs. They're small. You see jewels. It's very cute. The woman behind the desk kind of says, "Can I help you?"
Perhaps that I might be able to help you out. He's gonna like turn around so his like back is to her, and he's gonna like flip through like some note cards and be like, "All right, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this." He's gonna turn back around and be like, "Our dreams can be heard from above to the stars, you know. So I say to you, unto you, my child, what are your dreams, and let them be known under the stars."
Excuse me?
What are your dreams?
For this conversation to be over.
I don't know how. Well, that one is interesting because I don't know how to continue if I cannot talk to you. Maybe I could like write down the rest of it.
Maybe. Sounds like a bit of a paradox. Are you here to do business, sir? It's getting a little
No,
late.
I'm not. I'm not here to buy these things you have here.
So is this, are you coming on to me right now? Are you hit by me?
I know. I would never hit you.
I would hope not. I'd have to call the guard. No, I said, are you trying to get a look? Are you trying to take me out to dinner?
No, I've already.
Is that
eaten
what it is? Are you just
before.
shy? Ah,
Uh,
you boys are so silly in your little tactics.
I feel like this conversation has really gotten away from me, but
Okay, well, I'm not running anymore. Okay. Tell me a little thing then. Go on. What do I wish? A candlelit dinner with a nice man in shining armor? Huh?
he's gonna
Okay.
turn back around, look at his cards, and be like, "There's nothing about the candlelit dinner in these cards. What do I do from here? They never teach you that part."
And a sweet ass, too.
Hinari's gonna turn back around.
You see her face
And,
waiting and wanting.
He is going to use a thaumaturgy as he's turning around to make like to make like, I don't know, like some kind of effect, like a lighting effect. Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's gonna make like kind of a lighting effect happen as he says, "Let Resolute's light shine on you, friend, and walk always under the stars, and everything is permitted, and goodbye." He's gonna
Okay.
move.
Okay, before you leave, can you describe what that light looks like, and go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
It's like a you know?
Yeah, okay. I got you.
He's like backlit, you know?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Really divine. Reiko, what
Religion.
Okay. Will do.
I love how your character's just like, have you heard about Our Lady and Savior?
It was the everything's permitted that got me scratching my head.
Okay. Religion. I rolled a 6.
Okay. As you twist around and the light flashes behind you, your hair dazzling in the light, kind of shimmering, the warm kind of gold side and the white side as well. The lady behind the counter is very like, oh. She kind of blushes as you quickly leave. She goes, wait, where you going? Those out-of-town boys never know how to woo a lady. You can tell with that religion check that you don't think you converted her. Her dreams and wishes were not granted today.
Better luck next time. He pulls out his viol and just starts violing.
Okay, you start playing in the town square. Some people kind of walk by and throw a copper at your feet. You get 3 copper until somebody from a window in one of the alleyways says,
I don't
"Hey,
pick it up.
shut
I don't
up!
pick it
People are trying to sleep."
I'm just lost in thought. Violing away.
More people begin to kind of yell and shout at you as you just continue to play with coins at
Literally
your
so
feet.
oblivious. Like all of the doors and window shades are opening. And they're like,
Hey!
yelling. He's just walking down an alley. He's just
Yes.
in thought.
And you play beautifully, despite the cacophony of angry neighbors. It is at this point that I'm going to go back to Riley. Okay. So, Riley, you were heading out to go check out the farms and ranches, correct?
I think she was more. How late was it when she was heading out?
When you headed out, it was probably about 5 p.m.
Okay. And what time is it getting dark about now?
It would
This time of year?
at right now where we just left Inari, it's probably like 9 p.m. So if you wanted to stay at the inn in town instead, like maybe you looked around.
She probably would have walked just around the woods, just kind of like reminiscing again, and just maybe like looking and seeing how things had changed, how the local stables had changed, how the buildings had changed, just kind of like walking through the woods.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's pretty dark.
It's pretty dark. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
once it starts to get dark, she will kind of meander back into town and probably head to the inn that her father would have taken them to stay to on when they were staying like the weekend or something like that, when it was one of those special trips when they got to stay in the town a couple days. So she'll head to her favorite inn there in the town.
Absolutely. So as you head inside, you see a very mixed crowd. You see a white-scaled dragon woman. You see several people looking kind of like very drunk already. All types of people, dwarves. You see elves. So very varied. Even more varied than it was before. You can tell as time has gone on, trade has picked up and more people have come to the town. It seems that the inn is under new management, as you don't recognize the man behind the like kind of desk. And over in the kind of taverny area, the woman kind of slinging drinks is much too young to have been, working there when you were in the town prior. Outside you hear loud kind of viol music playing, but it's not as bothersome as the rabble of the crowd. What would you like to do?
she'll go straight to the bar, take
Okay.
out a silver and slap it on the counter and ask for the strongest thing they've got.
I got your lass, here you are. He slides you like a big lager. Enjoy.
She'll snatch it up, just kind of like lean back up against the bar and just kind of like people watch a little bit, just kind of like taking in the crowd, maybe like recognizing some people and like a smile will creep up to her face, and then seeing some people like up to no business, no good, and then
Yeah.
like, the smile goes back down a little
Absolutely.
bit.
Yeah.
Just kind of like watching and drinking her drink.
Yeah, without even needing to have keen senses, you can see that this crowd is in their drunken reverie for sure. You see like a couple of like older, kind of gruff-looking gentlemen playing cards. One of them is clearly losing. You can see he's sweating. The Dragonborn woman is doing. Helix, would you like to describe what you are doing in this moment?
I think I'm probably doing something similar to what Riley's doing. Like again, I've been trying to understand the culture. If somebody's doing something interesting, like if somebody's like playing cards or like there's an activity going on, maybe I'm kind of hovering or like asking questions about it.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if
The
anybody's
VO.
okay, but the VO is outside and I'm indoor.
That's true.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Both of you are just kind of eyeing up and down the bar. And at one moment, your eyes lock, and then you release and look away.
When we lock, I'll just kind of give like a nod, just kind of like two people, I guess, like doing the same.
The cowboy
like,
nod.
recognize. Tip my hat.
Milady.
Lady.
Yeah, at your head nod, I'll turn my head like in that animal way and small.
Okay.
And
I
so
love that.
at you tipping your head, Riley will kind of tip her head backwards, like, what? So hers goes in the opposite direction.
Okay. And you two,
She looks a little thrown off.
a little intimidated by this interaction, you decide not to approach. And as the night goes on, both of you grow weary and tired and pay 1 copper for the evening to stay at the inn. It is at this point that the VO music has ceased. And Inari, you two pay 1 copper to stay at the inn. You have a very...
Is there an inn that looks a little less common?
You look around for quite some time, up and down the streets. You think one of these places is an inn, but it turns out it's just like a storehouse. It looked nice outside, but once you went inside, it was not what you were expecting. So you head back to the other inn.
Okay.
Yes. With a sigh, you pay that 1 copper. You all
This
have...
one isn't even shiny.
You all have a peaceful night's sleep. Some are enjoying sweet dreams of chickens running at the speed of light. Some of you are having nightmares that they've been plagued with their whole lives about a traumatic event from their past. And one person is having a very peculiar dream about a beautiful woman in a long gown in the forest somewhere. And it is then you all wake up. Today is a little odd. Something in the air is a little different. Unrest. You hear squabbling outside, kind of like an uproar of a crowd beginning to form. As you peek out the window, you see several people kind of like holding pitchforks and like torches and things of the sort, gathering in the town square, shouting different things. In the comfort of your bedroom, it's easy to watch. But what would you like to do in this moment?
I was gonna like go to like a window if there's a window that faces some of the commotion and try to like look out to see what's going on, like get a better idea of like what is happening.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. It's a 6.
It's not a 7. With a 6, you think perhaps this is one of the new rituals that you're experiencing, similar to the chicken race. You don't want to waste any more money on it, but you're trying to understand this thing that they're doing.
Must
lot of
be a
yelling.
festival. All
Um,
the customs here.
Inari and Riley, is there anything that you would like to do in this moment?
Can I tell just by the the tone of the voices that the crowd seems like angry or just excited?
I'm gonna have you roll insight for that. Yeah, go ahead. I'll say with.
Anari's like,
Yeah.
go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, Anari's like, they probably found out this was the only inn.
7.
A
It is a
7. It's kind of from the second story of the inn. You definitely hear shouting, but at this point, you assume that it's kind of in anger. But it's kind of still hard to tell.
Worst, probably.
Yeah.
So she'll immediately. She sleeps in like most of her gear. So she just like grabs the hat from one of the bedposts, slaps it on her head, grabs her pistol from the end table, and like grabs her pack and is like kind of like speedily going down the stairs like to get outside and see what's going on.
Absolutely. You make your way down into the courtyard. Inari, what are you doing at this time?
The forest must go.
So,
Okay.
gonna start to to the forest, I guess.
Hell yeah. Okay.
He'll stop by, like just kind of on the outskirts if he gets outside, the outskirts of the crowd, and be like, just kind of peek in.
Sure.
See if he sees anything.
Okay, so you go outside as well. Helix, do you make your way outside?
Yes, I have to participate in this new festival.
Okay. So you're trying to embrace yourself in the culture. Yes.
Yeah.
As you all go outside, it is then that you can definitely tell the sure signs of an insurrection happening in the middle of the town square. The people are angry at what you do not know, but you hear them yelling a variety of things: cusses, slurs, angry shouts, torches, and pitchforks. As I said before, clubs. Some people are quite upset. You're not sure what could have caused such a thing, and seemingly so quickly. But yeah, that is what is going on in this moment. It's hard not to get swept up in the crowd.
Any idea, like, are there like two main like groups here, or are they kind of all around a building, or like can we
Are
get
they
an idea
united?
of-
Yeah. What's
I will
Yeah.
describe. So as you exit the inn, the area that was surrounding the fountain was kind of like a big square. Most of the square is becoming like starting to get filled up with people. So I think as Riley, as you exit, you try to dart around into an alleyway to kind of get around.
She'll be pushing through.
Oh, pushing
people,
through?
too.
Hell yeah.
She wants to know what's going on, what the is happening in her town. She wants to know what's going on, so she might be clearing a bit of a path, like
Hell
just
yeah.
pushing people as close as she can to what's going on.
As you push people, you can tell some of them are pushing back. You definitely get shoved a few times in return. People are starting to yell at you as you push through. You brush it off. Like, who the cares about
Yeah, I
these
don't
people?
care.
You push through them, and you get to another little clearing, which is still filled with people. You're wondering, like, is everybody in town here in this moment? You can see the guards starting to come out as well. Several different ongoers and screamers that you could, try to shake an answer
Is
out of
there
if you would
anyone
like.
I recognize?
Not amongst this crowd.
Okay, I'll just grab somebody who's close to me and looks kind of scrawny, like they might be easy to intimidate.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
just snag him by the collar and be like, "What is going on?"
You grab kind of like a scrawny, gangly dude with a mop on his head. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yes. What can I do? I'm sorry.
What's going on here?
Oh, don't tell my mum.
I won't.
Okay. Well, we're all really angry at the king right now.
Why?
I think, well, that's what everybody's yelling about. But, you see, you don't know?
No, I'm new to town. Fill me in quick.
Oh, king, orcs, place to stay, angry. Was that quick enough?
Orcs in town, they wanted a place to stay, and the townspeople are angry about it.
Well, not in town per se. Well, the orcs have been kind of raiding for a while now, and it's kind of nuanced, I suppose. Can't really be summed up really quickly. Ow! Stop shoving! But it's it's a little hard to the orcs they're raiding into the towns, and the king said, "Oh, stop doing that! I'll give you a place to stay of your own if you stop." And some of them were like, "Okay, cool," and then the other ones, "Ow, that hurt!" And then some of them are like,
If I have to, I'll kind of like pull this kid in like closer and kind of like keep people like if I have to like if people are bumping up against me, then I will, but I'll kind of keep them from being bumped while they're
you like
telling me
pull
the
him into
story.
your arms. He's like, oh, he's like sweating.
Speak.
Okay, yeah, so some of the orcs, they were happy with it, and then a lot of them weren't, and so most people are mad that the king is like allowing them to stay there in the first place. They think he's a daft idiot. That's what my dad said. The Duke said that he kind of put out a statement that he didn't really like that either, and so we're all here to protest.
All right, you should probably get home. And
Well-
I'll kind of like grab the kid again and push him out towards
Oh!
the crowd, just kind of like push him in that direction.
You see
And
him-
I'll keep just like trudging through to the front.
Okay. You throw him into the crowd, and he kind of falls on a dude who punches him in the face, and he kind of falls and like gets up and scampers away. He's had enough for today. Yeah, the crowd is heating
Sorry,
up.
kid, but like
I'm gonna jump over to Inari. As you exit the inn, you see this crowd heating up. What do you do?
That does not look good. And they're like spilling out everywhere, yeah?
Mhm.
Like the whole square.
Yes.
Do I see anybody in my immediate vicinity? I'm not like going towards the crowd, but like just like on the outside, kind of.
There
Maybe
are
another onlooker.
Yeah, there are some guards who are starting to slowly kind of encase the joint. That's going to be the closest person to you would be an armored guard.
Okay, I'm going to gesture to them and be like, what is going on here? Is this normal? Or
Stay back. He interrupts you.
Okay, and what is going on here? Is it normal or is it like a parade? What's happening?
This ain't no parade. This is an uprising. If you're not a part of it, I'd say go indoors.
I actually have to go to the forest. It's actually a long story, so I'll just be heading outside of.
I don't care. Go. Get out of it.
See you later.
Mhm.
I like it. Yeah, and he goes.
Yeah, okay. You kind of head off in a different
He
direction.
goes to get Mr. Mistopheles. Hopefully, there's not people near the stables.
You head near the stables. There are definitely still people near there. Again, you see that flash of bright red hair in the crowd, kind of over towards where the stable is. And at this point, I'm going to jump
She
to.
pushed that kid.
Yeah, you definitely saw that.
are you the one who punches him?
Gotta be a kid, though.
Oh my god. At this point, I'm gonna jump to Alex. Alex, as you exit the inn, you see many people kind of around as you kind of slither away into the other direction because it's starting to get a little overwhelming near the inn. Heading out, you see several people kind of gathering as they begin to head into a squabble. They start punching. You see people screaming. Bloody noses abound. Fights are beginning to happen in this moment. And
Yeah, I see this like this kid get pushed and then he gets punched and like I'll kind of like go over and help him up, and
Okay.
and as I like send him back on.
Ah!
You should leave.
Please.
This is getting violent. Go
Don't eat
home.
me!
I'm not going to eat you. Are you hurt?
Yeah.
Okay, well here, have some bandage for your face.
What's this for? You're covering my mouth!
Bandage for your face.
Okay, hold on.
Best doctor ever.
No.
Punch an old man's back to life.
Not on your mouth. Not on your mouth. Roll it up and put it in your nose for the nosebleed.
Oh.
Nose. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, you should leave. Go home.
Okay.
And it's getting violent. And as I see like things are like ramping up and like people are like, you know, getting into fights, like I'm actually gonna try to like
Yeah.
like I'm gonna stick with the crowd, or like stay where it's sort of like breaking out into these fights, just to make sure that if anybody gets hurt or anything, that I'm there.
Yeah. As the fight begins to really get heated, the guards begin to get involved, pulling out swords where necessary. And it is this point I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh boy!
Initiative.
Oh my goodness gracious! What if we all die?
And as the party rolls for initiative, it is at this point that we are going to take a short break. Doing, 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 doing. And we're back from break. When we left off, we had just begun rolling for initiative, and we are actually going to do that right now. And I am going to magically show you all. Ta-da!
Here we are
It's us.
It's you!
on the on the jumbotron.
On the Jumbotron. Yeah.
The Drumbinator.
The Drumbinator, nice. Okay.
Thanks.
So everybody please roll for initiative at this point in time. As you all look around and prepare to fight whoever gets in your way, you start to blink a little slower and slower and slower until it's one long blink. And as you open your eyes, they feel kind of heavy. And upon opening, the world does not seem how it was just a moment ago.
Oh,
Gasp.
oh my gosh!
The town around you suddenly littered with flames, embers filling the night sky, your lungs filled with smoke. You feel as though you are not supposed to be here. Dread fills your body from toe to crown. Something isn't right, and you're not sure what. You feel as though you're dreaming as you take a step forward. Your combat initiative is not in effect at the moment. You are free to explore. So as you look around, nobody is here anymore. Everybody has vanished, and you have been relocated to the beginning of the courtyard. The only souls you see...
Still the same town, though.
It's the same town. This is the exact same town. You're just in a different spot. And as you're looking around, the only 3 souls you see are a familiar white dragoness, a lute-playing cleric, and a hot-shooting cowboy ranger lady.
By the name of Riley.
Yeah. All right. You're free to move your tokens around and communicate with each other.
Hello?
What incarnation? Riley will definitely like kind of charge forward, like looking all around and just taking everything in, just like, what the just happened?
What's going on here? Who are
I
you?
was headed to the forest.
We were just in the square, and now it's on fire?
Yes, I was just talking to a guard not too long ago, but it doesn't seem to... Nobody. So where did everybody go?
I don't know.
Can I just like look around or listen or just kind of like see if I can tell anything? Do I hear like the screams of the crowd still? Do I hear anything besides just like fires?
Make a perception check.
Can I see, are there footprints anywhere? Did they all just walk away while we fell asleep?
Yeah, you
Anari's
can
fallen asleep a couple of
Well.
times.
12. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll investigation to look for footprints. With a 12, you no longer hear the rabble of the crowd. That sound that was filling your ears before is now replaced with a shrill screeching sound, as though 1,000 souls are screaming all at once from one location deeper in town. You rolled a 12 in investigation as well. Interesting.
Yes, I did.
You look around, you see no footprints, but the flames, as you look closer, sizzle with arcane hues. Magic is just seeping off of them.
So with my Hunter's Bane, I have advantage on intelligence checks to recall information about fae, fiends, or undead. Did that sound like any of those things?
Give me one.
Could I try to identify it?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I will clarify for you.
You created
Yes.
that whole town just
So-
to tear it down.
So that sound you heard is definitely the undead screams of souls. And as well, you feel the presence of more undead.
I immediately like draw weapons. I'll pull out one of my clawed fists in my right hand or in my left, and then I'll pull out my revolver in my right, and I'm get ready. Something bad's going on here.
Do you know what's happening?
All I know is that thing is dead. And it's
Inari is gonna run to the fountain,
Okay.
if that's on here.
Yeah, so the fountain would be north. So you
North,
can take either
okay.
the left or the right path, or there are some other back alley routes up there, but following the flames is a sure sign way of getting to the fountain.
You said this is the right way, yeah?
Yeah, that's the
The right path?
the right path. Both there's right, left path, and then a couple different alleyways to get there.
I will follow them. Yeah.
You
I don't want
divulge
you to go off alone.
behind one of the alleyways through the different trader caravans and carts as Riley goes off on her own down the other alleyway.
I
Once
think-
which way
see
she
that
went.
neither of them are following me, I'm gonna be like, oh,
I didn't see which, I didn't see which way you went. I could only see Nari.
Okay, go ahead and give me like a dex save as you're kind of like going through these different carts. Some of them are on fire, and as you're pushing through, you have to think quickly as you're dodging through these
Dex
different.
save or like acrobatics?
I would say a dex save.
Okay,
Very nice.
21.
Yes. So you definitely dodge all of the different flames and things that come about, and push your way through, and land out on the other side, next to the others. All right.
We should stick together.
I think we should go to the fountain.
And I
Do
agree.
I
Say
know
together.
what direction that sound was that I heard?
You are heading in the
Are we
direction
heading
of the
for-
sound.
Y'all better get your weapons ready, because we're heading right to it.
Way ahead of you. He Axel style flips out his chakra.
Ooh, hell yeah.
I
Stylish, I like it.
pull up my fists. My body is a weapon.
That's
Awesome.
pretty
I also
cool.
like-
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, my friend.
All right. Keep walking forward. As you approach where the fountain was, you see a hellish glow.
Oh my god!
I do see the red glow. I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it now.
Yeah, okay.
I see.
As you make your way back towards the square where the fountain once stood, you see 4 terrifying visages kind of hovering around a massive glowing glyph. Different wisps of energy kind of whir around them. There is intense, strong magic happening here. The air itself warbles, almost thick like water as you move through it. Yes.
As a cleric, can I feel or sense are they evil? Is this bad magic? I mean, I see the big, on the floor, but they're baddies.
Are you trying to suss them through your religious past?
I want to suss them out through my religious.
Okay, go
Yes.
ahead, roll religion for me. Why not?
Will do. That is going to be a 17.
Yeah, these guys are definitely bad. Yeah, Resolution does not
Okay.
approve of these and probably would want you to smite them.
Gotcha. Can
Yes.
Can I cast a spell?
Give me uno momento.
You are perfectly fine.
Yes. Okay, so as you 3 kind of make your way into the area, they really aren't paying you any mind and continue to kind of chant an otherworldly, evil sounding, decree. You hear them kind of mutter, and it sounds like a cacophony of voices all around you, not just 4, but many different voices whispering. All of them just whispering and cacophoning around you, ancient voices of a language you've never heard before. clearly they are doing something and it isn't good. It is at this point I'm going to roll for these dudes.
That was the coolest thing I've ever heard, Envy.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I have to say.
That was the scariest thing I've ever heard, Envy. So
I know.
Oh,
My
thank
heart
you.
was like,
Okay, so yeah, you are totally good to attack for surezies.
I pull out my pistol, and I want to aim it at whatever one looks most important.
Are we stopping this?
ain't good.
No, yeah.
Well, then I will rush up. Okay. These little ball things aren't anything, right?
It is a whirring source of energy.
I can't just. It seems ephemeral. Like I can't disrupt it.
Would you like to roll Arcana? You can go ahead and kind of suss it out.
I am not the one to do this vibe check, but I can. Okay, hold on. Arcana. Oh wait, I am perfect. Okay. Okay, that's a 5.
As you look at it, it seems to kind of draw you in. Its essence is
Uh-oh.
almost inviting. You feel at peace when you look at it.
Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't like control my mind or anything.
No, you're not being
Nothing?
charmed, but you
Okay.
definitely want to get near it.
Okay. Well, then I'll hang out by my little spirit buddy, and I will. I know earlier I said my body was a weapon, but I will actually pull out my scalpel.
Hey, Scales, that's not what you said.
Scales, amazing.
A doctor uses the correct tool for the right job.
Oh, you're a
And-
doctor? That's pretty cool.
I will. Okay. It doesn't matter. I rolled an 8. There's no way this boy has a
let me see.
of 8.
Yeah, no, there is no way, and that miss. So as you kind of like reach your scalpel towards the spectral figure, your arm goes through him seemingly, and he continues to chant his otherworldly chant, not paying you any mind.
All right. Since I am a monk, I can do 1 unarmed strike as a bonus action if I attack with a monk weapon. So, I will try to do that.
Okay.
All right, I'm making sure this is the right. Okay, so I will my right hand, which is like a necrotic black and just like sort of, it looks almost like frostbitten all the way up to the elbow. I will rear it back and go for a punch with that hand. That one does a 20 hit.
Yes, a 20 hits.
Cool. Well, then I will my damage. It would be 5 damage.
All right. Yep. So this time you kind of cock back with your icy fist of pain as you punch through it. This time you feel a smattering of bones as you punch a couple of them. Not enough to get it to stop chanting. All right,
All right,
Riley.
you guys better do something. They are like ephemeral.
Alright, I'll shout out, if they're ghosts, use silver if you got it, and I'll pull out my revolver and just take a shot at the one that...
So just to be clear, you're attacking the one near Helix.
I'll stay close enough, but yes, I do want to shoot the one that Helix is engaged.
Okay.
I do want to move forward, but not too close where I'd get disadvantage with the range. So I guess like 10 to 15 feet forward.
Okay.
Yeah, like about there, like sticking off to the side, but I am moving forward. And as I'm walking forward, firing with my revolver.
Awesome. Yeah, you kind of cock out this like sick ass like magical pistol with like runes inscribed on it as it clicks back its kind of blast chamber. Hell yeah.
17 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Alright. Oh, 5 damage.
Hey.
5. Nice.
Hey!
Yeah, your bullet kind of, as it shoots through the cloak of this like ephemeral being, the cloak kind of warps and the bullet disappears within.
I think it took damage.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
All
Those
right.
are ghosty things.
do you mean like silver, like the coin silver? And then I'll cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. So all three of them will make a dex save.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So 2 rolled over 20 and 1 rolled a 12.
Oh, okay. Well, that one is
That would be
highlighted
this one.
in let's say a violet light.
Okay.
Any creature in that area is also outlined in a light, and if it fails the dexterity throw, for the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack rolls against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the effect creature or objects can't benefit from being invisible.
Okay. Sweet.
So they can't go invisible, and we have advantage when we attack it.
Okay. Cool.
That is where I'll end my turn.
All right. It is again Helix's turn. The burning glow from this glyph is starting to grow brighter.
Okay. I don't think we have much time, and I will once again go for this ghostly figure in front of me with the cut scalp.
You brandish your scalpel, slashing at nothing.
Oh no! Oh,
These guys are very hard to hit.
Yes, with a 6, that is a complete miss. So as you your hand goes through with your scalpel, again, the cloak kind of warps around your arm, and as it closes down, you pull it out before it closes back.
I'll as I'm pulling my scalpel back, I'll try to, throw my elbow up at whatever suffices for a head on this guy,
Yes.
and use my bonus action for an unarmed strike.
Awesome.
Oh, that's an 18.
That's a hit.
Too.
yeah,
That is a hit.
I love to see it. I love to see it.
Yes.
Um,
it sure does.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to roll damage. Normal. It doesn't work. Okay. I will just roll the dice again. Alright, so 1 plus 3 is 4. Sorry, plus 2
All right.
is 3.
All right.
I know
Yeah.
how math is.
You kind of crack into its head. It is wearing like a hooded cloak, but you definitely feel like a clack of a bone as you hit it.
Aim for the head.
The chant stops for just a moment and then picks up again.
They
Definitely
didn't
aim for the
like
head.
that, Scales.
I have a name!
They continue to chant. It is Riley's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna flip the barrel of my revolver around and fire my next shot. Say, keep it up!
All
Again.
right.
A 10?
That is a miss.
Too bad.
And I guess as my bonus action, I'll just I'll put back my revolver and I'll pull out a second claw. So I've got 2 claws, and I'll just
Oh yeah.
run up and kind of engage this one. Ooh, I don't know if I can.
Yeah, as you shoot your pistol as well, it kind of gets absorbed into one of those energy balls. You see it kind of stopping midair, and then kind of the remnants of it start to get sucked as it zoom.
All right.
Into
So yeah, I'll
nothingness.
just run up and kind of get close to this and be ready to go at it next time.
Absolutely.
Next time it's my turn.
All right, cool beans. Yeah, it is now their turn. So at this point, their chanting has slowed down, and they slowly begin to turn and face you, one by one.
Oh.
I simply don't.
All right. The first one, their robes kind of cover the majority of their face, but underneath, a hideous, deformed, and skeletal visage is just barely noticeable. Now, despite the howling screams of this glyph that has kind of like a siphoning red mist emitting out of it, it's almost dead silent as you feel a very unnerving presence. Go ahead and make... Let me see what exactly it is. It is wisdom, I think. Yeah, okay. So, Riley, make a wisdom saving throw for me with disadvantage.
Oh no! Saving
Disadvantage.
throw. Disadvantage.
All right. As it turns around, for a brief moment, you blink and you swear you could have seen its face. Disgusting and horrifying. It chills you to the bone, and your arms kind of go to your side as you are paralyzed in place. All right. Helix as well. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty. These are the most garbage rolls.
Yes,
possible.
as well, you swear you can see its face as it fills you with dread as you freeze in place. And lastly, Inari, please make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
I believe I have dual mind. I have advantage.
So that
on this one.
neutralizes it.
Neutralizes it. So just make a normal one.
Yes.
Alright. Come on. I'm very nice.
Yes.
Saving throw?
Yes.
Oh, and
Nat 20. Nice. Yes. You feel the presence of something, but you completely shake it off. Your nerves are strong. You're used to this kind of strange, dreamy-like situation, and you are still standing. Upon this, you can feel the energy from these beings over there change.
Oh no.
They start to point their finger up at you, and all turn towards you.
No.
All right.
Ew!
On the next one's turn. Okay, you're gonna make a con saving throw for me, please, Inari. Nice, an 18. Very nice.
Only one who can roll today is you.
For a 21 in total.
Very nice. Yeah. Again. So the being kind of points at you and and whatever spell was supposed to have hit you kind of melts away. Helix, on your turn, you slowly begin to, without your own control, walk towards the center of this glade.
Girl. Oh, girl.
Oh,
Hey,
word?
no!
That is
Stay-
a no circle.
Don't do that!
Riley, again, following in suit, walking into
Oh,
the
you
center.
too! Freaking hells.
Does the effect that's on me, like, is it ongoing or does it end up at the end of
Ongoing. It is ongoing. You can go ahead and roll again with disadvantage. And I'm realizing I just skipped Inari's turn. I'm so sorry. We will go back and do that.
Oh, my turn?
Yes.
I'm going to try to throw a chakram and
Okay.
hit all of them.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That
That is a
miss.
whopping a 4.
That is a miss. Right. Yeah, you kind of swing your chakram and it just returns to you as if repelled by the energy. And on Helix's turn, you can totally... Oh, was that... Go ahead.
I just wanted to move forward, not going to the hold on. Okay, so it went away. I think I lagged out or something. Can you move me closer to the circle, but I don't want to cross it yet?
Yes.
Yeah, within 5 feet. That's fine.
Okay, there you go. And does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Helix, what I said before happened. You can totally roll another with disadvantage.
Let's see. Saving throw.
Oh, I'm gonna scream, stay out of the circle!
I rolled a 19 even with disadvantage.
Very nice, very nice.
Wow,
You are no
cool.
longer paralyzed or under the charm, but you are still in the circle, and that was the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Riley, you can do the same.
Good luck, good luck, good luck, please. Ow. 7 again.
Okay, yeah, you are still under the effects. All right, it is this first one's turn. As as they begin chanting yet again, go ahead and make another con save for me, Inari.
That is going to be an 11.
That is a fail. So this one kind of utters another spell. And as its words come out of its mouth, you assume it evokes a powerful word that utters you physically stunned. You fall and collapse over.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. And on the next one's turn, it is going to blink
Oh.
Ew.
and pick you up
Oh my goodness. Oh, the manual way?
and move
really?
you into the circle. Yes, the manual way. All right. It is at this point that the chanting continues louder. On the next one's turn, its eyes begin to glow as it lifts its arms up, and all of them start to follow in suit. Suddenly, the chanting begins to make sense to you.
Am I passed out or just like paralyzed?
You are stunned. You're still awake. You're
Okay,
just
okay.
laying down, like kind of like.
No matter where you go, no matter what you do, you will not stop the events.
And it is at this point that the glow begins to brighten and brighten until you are blinded and can no longer see in front of you. You close your eyes, and a last-ditch effort of any semblance of life you may have left. You have no idea where you're going after this until you open your eyes. Once again, in the city streets of Harkinsboro. Let me get Riley in there too. All right. As if it were a bad dream, all that just happened completely washes away from your mind. You have no semblance of memory of what just happened. All that you know is that suddenly everyone that was in the town square has disappeared. All but several guards that begin to approach you and surround you. Stop! What do you think you've done?
What's going on?
You know what you've done. Come with us.
What happened?
They immediately shackle you without a second question and draw you towards the prison.
Hey, where's the captain of the guard? He knows me. Where's he at?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, the captain probably knows me too. Where is he?
They kind of like elbow you in the back to get you to stop talking. They drag you, not answering any more of your questions, as you are shoved into a cell. One shared cell with two other people that you do not remember. You don't recall what happened. You're quite confused. 1 second everybody was fighting, and the next you're in jail. These questions would go unanswered until a man appears at the entrance of the prison. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Ah,
Hey.
we did
We
it.
did it.
Hey.
We did it.
Woo! I was so excited.
We were captured. Are you sure you don't want to just go for like 4 more hours?
Of course I do.
4 more.
Yeah, 4 hours sounds pretty good to me. Yeah. Hold on. All right.
2 a.m. sounds good.
Yeah, probably. Oh, hi, Knox. All right. Well, I would just like to say, although this was kind of like our warm-up to actually playing a little prequel moment, to any of you viewing at home, thank you so very much for watching with us and for, being patient through all of the hiccups as we kind of figure things out. And I'm so excited for us to be ready and raring to go by next week. I hope you are all ready for the grand premiere on the 14th of June. They meant to say the 15th of June. It will be on my channel at EnvyWild on twitch.tv, and the following week on Tuesday. Again, we premiere on Wednesday, the 15th, not Tuesday, Wednesday. On YouTube at EnvyWild on YouTube as well. So I would like to give a big round of applause to all of my players here, starting with Pyronaynia. Thank you so much. Chantilly and Panthera, you all did a magnificent job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name again was EnvyWild, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
See ya.